Hello, everybody. This is gonna be a silly one, isn't it? Welcome in. What is this? You tell me. Welcome, everybody, to the court of the Honorable Judge Vassal. I do have the Ace Attorney soundtrack, yes. That's his hair, hold on. That's his robes, sorry. I can wiggle him. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody, in to the Honorable Court of Judge this guy. Today, we have a very serious matter to decide. That is how we should rank these EU4 ideas. It's a very serious matter put forth before the court, one which you can yourself decide along with me, with the link in the description, to the chart I have made just for this purpose. It has all the idea groups, and you can decide for yourself where you think that they should be. So, we are also going to decide it here on stream. Let me recalibrate, hold on. Can I see your law degree, please? No, you cannot. That is doxing, and we will not be doing that today. So, the matter of consideration today in today's court is... Where's my lawyer badge? I don't have a lawyer badge. That's not important. But the matter of consideration, we need to figure out which are the best idea groups in this wonderful game of EU4. And we'll be doing that with the help of the law. Starting, I'd like to introduce Exhibit A. A for, if I can find the fucking file. Hold on. If I can find the file. Where did I put it? Oh, it's in my mailbox. Hold on. Let me find my mailbox. Is this it? I would like to introduce Exhibit A. A for administrative. Your Honor, and may it please the court. Administrative ideas are some of the best in the game, by far. They offer, first off, a lovely 25% advisor cost, as well as, if you are the Byzantines, a number of possible pronayers +1. Possible advisor, not very good, but the key and most beautiful part of this whole idea group has to be adaptability. For the minus 25% core creation cost. Folks, that is one of the highest amounts of that in the game. Otherwise, 30% cost to promote culture. That encourages, you know, integrating your people instead of culture conversion, which, as we all know, is very expensive. Extra global monthly autonomy of negative 0.05 per month. 10% admin tech cost, which is going to help because you are, you know, spending all your admin on this idea group. And, of course, how could we forget admin tech, 20% governing capacity modifier. This is a massive late game. If you're forming Rome, if you're forming the Mongols, you are going to need that governing capacity. Now then, let's also look into the administrative idea events. First off, you have centralization yields benefits. Negative 10 corruption, and negative 0.5 monthly autonomy change. That's wonderful. Provinces frustrated, minor problem. Generous terms, less interest per annum, very good. Extra advisors, extra free stability or admin power. Losing war exhaustion, or, you know, whatever else. That's not important, though. Next, I would like to bring up the matter of policies. Folks, admin has a lovely, lovely set of policies. I can find them. With admin, you can get tax modifier. You can get settler growth, or settler increase. You can get Diplo-Annex cost. You can get yearly Navy tradition. You can get manpower into your faith provinces. You can get dev cost. You can get liberty desire on same continent subjects. You can get income from vassals. You can get 15% army morale recovery. You can get 10% national manpower modifier. These are good policies. So it is my contention that admin is at the very least A tier. Sorry, do we have an objection there? Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. No, it's supposed to cut. Fuck. Well. You may think that it's pretty good, don't you? But where's my fucking hand? Hold on. I had it here. I don't know where it went. Where'd my hand go? Where'd I put my hand? Guys, where'd I put my hand? Hold on. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Hold on. Put it too far down. No. Your Honor, and may it please the court, admin ideas are overblown. Let's look back at the different benefits you can get from them. First off, possible advisors, not very good. Number of pronars is a very situational at best idea. Cost to promote culture, you're not doing that a whole lot. Unless you're playing a very big empire, it's not going to come up that much. Stability cost modifier, need we say more? Not very useful, especially since you're gonna get stability from the idea group. And you also get Unix loyalty equilibrium. That's useless. This is a situational at best, Your Honor. You will not need this in 90% of cases unless you're playing a massive game like Rome. I would say situational. It's a good idea group, but it's not gonna give you what you need. Furthermore, let's turn back to the events that you can get with admin ideas. First off, you can lose 25 government reform progress, or 10 prestige, or 25 admin power, or 10 local unrest. That's bad. Provinces can get more autonomy. You can lose stability. You can get corruption. This is bad. There are bad events here. As much as you can gain stability, you can also lose stability. Furthermore, let's turn back to the policies as well. You can get what? Yearly corruption? You can get what? Oh, you can get some mercantilism cost? Get some legitimacy? How about 25% harsh treatment cost? How about land maintenance modifier? Or may build supply depot? But this is not the best idea group. It's situational at best. It's just not that great. That's my argument. May it please the court. What says the jury? Hold on, I need to get the jury poll. Hold on. Okay, we have the poll. We have the poll. What says the jury? Why says the jury nothing? Does the jury... Did I not test this enough beforehand? Perhaps. Your Honor, did I not test this sufficiently beforehand? No, I did not. Why are you... Refresh. Come on. Oh, because I need to vote. I'm voting yes. No, don't log me into Google Drive. God. What is this? What is this? No, fuck you. Stop that. Stop that. I don't know what's going on here. Go away. Shoo. Stop it. I don't know. It didn't work. Okay, we're gonna kill that. The jury is voting for A, with 42% voting for A. I don't know why the poll does not show. The poll is not working, unfortunately. It just wants me to sign into my account. Well, that's nice. So the jury, let's go back to, hold on. Let me just turn this off, actually. Let me just do that. I don't need to use studio mode. All right. It looks like the jury has voted. The jury has decided, and they have voted for A. Where's my fucking screen? Where is it? Ooh, ah! Put myself over here. Where'd my fucking screen go? Bro, how dare you? This is a very not scuffed stream, but that's okay. All right, the jury has voted. I don't have my actual gavel here. I do have gavels, but the jury has voted to put administrative ideas into A tier. All right. Now then, I'd like to introduce into the record Exhibit B, which is, let me find it, hold on. I'd like to introduce into the record Exhibit B, economic ideas. Folks, economic ideas. They are the gold standard, quite literally, of idea groups. You get extra tax modifier. That's great early on, and it's good because it's the first idea. You get yearly inflation reduction. You're going to need that if you have any gold mines. You get an extra merchant. Always a plus. You get inflation reduction from a loan repayment. Folks, get that. You can repay your loans with loan money, and you don't have to pay as much money. And you get gold depletion chance. That's major. You get interest per annum. You get land maintenance costs. You get 10% production efficiency and development for manufacturing. That is genius. And as a finisher, you get goods produced modifier. Folks, that is good in any game. You could be playing tall, you could be playing short. You don't need any kind of idea of what you're doing. You always want economic. Furthermore, let us look at the ideas or the events for economic ideas. You can get, for 10 years, 10% more production efficiency. You can get extra tax modifier and corruption loss. You can lose corruption. You can gain extra admin power from successful bureaucracy. You can gain just free money. You can gain 2 random tax. You can gain manpower. Or even you could gain a free stability. Folks, there's just nothing better than that. This is why it is my contention that economic ideas should be considered by the court S tier. Do we have any objections? Objection! No. Economic ideas may be considered a very good idea group, but first, we need to look closer at those events, because while you mentioned the good ones, you didn't mention the bad ones. There are some pretty bad ones. Firstly, you can gain 10 production efficiency. You can also lose 10 production efficiency. You can also gain corruption. You can also lose income. You can also just generally have a bad time. You can lose and you can get extra inflation. You don't want 3 extra inflation just so you lose a little bit every month. That's just not worth it in my book. Furthermore, you didn't even touch on the policies, which, let's examine. Some of them are good, I'll admit that. Some of them, like production efficiency, very nice. But a lot of them are not very useful. Rebel support efficiency, really? Are you gonna use that? Vassal force limit contribution? Granted, but that's very specific. Cavalry cost. 10% cavalry cost. Really? Are you buying that many horses? What about years of separatism? Sure, it's good if you want to integrate something, but it's only 5 years. Or what about, oh, I don't know, 5% morale of armies with indigenous ideas? That's nothing. That is absolutely nothing. Only with something like quality, where you get extra discipline or artillery combat ability or naval. We'll get into naval later. Is it any good? It's just not that good. Maybe it's a B tier, maybe a C tier, but it's certainly not S. What says the jury? The poll again. Hold on. can only have 4 options, by the way. What says the jury? Oh, I can't. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Jury's not liking it. Jury's not liking it, guys. I don't know why it's showing. Go away. Can't vote in the poll because I can't log in. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Lack of policies is holding it back. That's a fair argument. You don't have anything against that, do you? We've got 40 votes in. Anybody else want to vote? Go ahead. But that's all. All right. I don't know if you can actually hear it, but that's the scissors. I'm banging scissors on my table because I don't have my real gavels. I have them, but they're at home. All right. That's enough. We're putting it in tier B or C. And as the judge, I'm ruling that it's gonna go in B tier because it's still pretty good. All right. Dang, I lost that last one, didn't I? Well, I'd like to introduce into evidence Exhibit C, expansion ideas. Folks, you may think that expansion ideas aren't all that good. After all, you rarely ever take them, except if you're doing a colonial game like Spain, and then they're just an extra treat on top of the cake. But there's a lot there that can actually be quite good, even if you're not doing a colonial game. First off, colonists. They can be used to develop. Many people don't know this, but you can actually take a colonist and have it slowly develop a city of yours. Now, this can be great, especially if you are in an area that is already hard to dev, like the Netherlands, because you already have too much dev. Merchants? Who doesn't like merchants? Envoy travel time. That's great if you want to do diplomacy. And 5% liberty desire on other continents. That is amazing, because remember, continents are silly. So you could use that as Ottomans to get less subject desire in all of your islets in basically everywhere but Europe. You could use the extra colonial, the colonist as well. You can dev stuff. You get global trade power. You get minimum autonomy in territories. Folks, this is amazing. This is an amazing idea group. This is not situational. This is great. I'd argue B tier at the very least. Now then, let's turn to the events for the idea group, for expansion ideas. I'll admit, they're not the best. However, you can get some good stuff. Other than the colonial stuff, you can get 300% of your trade income in a node, just for free. You can get extra diplo relations. You can get shipbuilding time. You can get extra diplo rep. You can get trade efficiency. You can get, that's it, actually. Most of the bad ones are just about colonies anyway, so unless you're doing colonies, it doesn't really matter. But let's turn to the policies next. Folks, expansion has, it has some okay policies as well. You can get some diplo rep. You can get liberty desire in subjects. You can get some morale recovery speed. You can get auto explore adjacent to colony. That's pretty good. You get some production efficiency if you want to play like a taller colonial game. It's pretty good. I'd say B. I'd say B, maybe C. No. Objection. It's actually not that good. Very situational. You really only want to use this in a colonial game anyway. You're really not going to be taking this. You have much better uses of your idea slots if you're doing anything else. Firstly, let's go back to the idea group. Number 1. Really? Colonists, for developing? You'd be better off just using the admin points to dev yourself. Sure, it's only tax dev, but that's something. It's better than a colonist. Secondly, most of these are about settling. You get colonists, you get settler increase, you get envoys, or global tariffs, you get other continent subjects, you get settler chance. This is a colonist thing. This is all for colonists. This is not actually for, like, you're just your average game. This is a situational idea group. Finally, believe I don't know what we are. I think I'm the defense. I think I might be the prosecution. I'm deciding I'm the prosecution. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to contend that for every good event you can also get an equally bad event. You can get losing Diplo rep. You can get losing ship time. You can get losing trade efficiency. You can get losing settlers. It's pretty bad. And finally, the policies. Let's be honest, they're not that great. You can get stuff like some extra trade. They're pretty good if you're colonizing, but remember, that's situational. That's not a generally useful thing. Perhaps the only useful ones are stuff like state maintenance cost, liberty desire from subject development, stuff like that. Once again with naval. But it's really just not that good of an idea group for anything other than a big colonial game. Now then, what says the jury? I have to do it every fucking single time. I hope you understand. What says the jury? Oof, I'm seeing a lot of situational or Fs. It's not looking good. It's really not looking good. I've seen a few S's, but mostly situational or F. Maybe there's a chance for B or C, though. If you guys vote for B or C, you might be able to get it. This jury is harsh, man. This is a really harsh jury, yeah. You like my courtroom? Thank you. I set it up like 20 minutes ago. This was legit just like random PNGs I found online. All right. We have our votes in. Pretty close, but it has landed on situational or F. As the judge, I thereby sentence this group to situational. Yeah, lost another case. Ah. All right. Well, the defense then calls Exhibit D humanist ideas. Votes. Humanist ideas are pretty damn good, I would say. First of all, let's look at what you just get, you know, by default. You get years of separatism, 10 years of separatism. That's pretty good. That means you can integrate stuff way faster. You get max promoted cultures. You get religious unity. You get improved relations, which remember, improved relations decreases your aggressive expansion and how long it lasts. So that's a really good modifier. Heretics and heathens, that's great if you're playing big in any way. Idea cost, one of the best modifiers in the game in my opinion. You get all kinds of good stuff from that. And that's just the ideas themselves. Let's look at the events, the event groups. Firstly, you get 10% idea cost. That's pretty good. You get losing unrest, you can lose corruption. You can just gain a bunch of free mana. You can gain stability. You can convert stuff for free. That's pretty nice. You can do all kinds of stuff like that. Sure, you can get some separatism, but you're already getting rid of it anyway. You can be fine with heretics, like that's pretty good. Sometimes your missionaries don't work, but you're not even converting anybody because you have such good tolerance of the heretics. That's pretty damn good. Nextly, let's look at the policies. The policies, I'll admit, they're all right. Stuff like improve relations, pretty good. The colonizer stuff is also pretty good. You get Diplo rep, you can get production efficiency, institution spread. That's going to be really good, especially if you're not in Europe. More institution spread, more cultures you can promote. That's decent. That's actually pretty good. But really, the jewel of this, I would say, has to be in the fact that you can get improved relations 30% and all of the culture stuff. I rest my case. Well, you may think that humanism is good, but frankly, I think it's quite useless. After all, everybody knows that you get way more cultures than you need these days. You don't need 17 million culture slots. You can just become an empire and have a ton free up. It's not that hard. And you can do that as a tall country these days. Secondly, let's look back at these benefits. You get tolerance of heretic twice. That is a waste of an idea slot. Also, you get tolerance of heathens twice. And you get religious unity. That's not very useful, especially if you're playing a country that is already good for religious unity. Finally, you can also get religious harmonization speed. Please. That's useful as 2 countries. And that's not ones that are, played all that much. Finally, you get stuff like Brahmins or Dhimmi loyalty. People don't play in that region. Statistics show that most people play in Europe, where neither of those estates are found. I've dropped my gavel. While the events are also pretty good, I think it's notable that the policies are not very good. You can get what? Taxes? More religious unity, which once again we've said you don't really need. Oh, tolerance, because you need more of that. Fort defense? Really? Really, you need fort defense? More years of separatism? Which you already have. Folks, it's just not necessary. You don't need that many. I won't say it's the worst group by any stretch, but I don't think it's that good. I think it's like a C, perhaps. What says the jury? I'm gonna be real, I've never played with this idea group. I've never taken it. Everybody vote. F for situational. I'm seeing a lot of Fs out the gate. Oh, but now I'm seeing a lot of B or Cs. Dang, this is a tough jury. Quaff the jury situational. Seeing a lot of votes. A lot of votes switching around. I'm seeing a pretty strong majority. It's a pretty strong majority for B or C. We're gonna wait a little more. Yeah, this jury I think is biased. I think this jury's biased. Da-da. 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 I love this music. It's great. I need to play, You've motioned for a mistrial. You're not allowed to do that. Order in my court. All right. Votes are in. B or C has won. And as the judge, I will sentence humanist ideas to B tier. Damn, that's another one. Which one's human? Here it is. All right, fine. The defense summons. Summons? What the fuck am I talking about? The defense calls, or would like to introduce, I don't know how to, I'm not a lawyer, man. I'm a history major. Exhibit, what are we on? F? A, B, C, E. Exhibit E. Your Honor, the defense does not know the alphabet. Infrastructure ideas. Now then, infrastructure ideas is one of the newer ones. It was only introduced just recently in patch 1.35 domination, which is widely regarded to be one of the better patches, I will say. Put this over here, actually. Put it, I don't know where to put this. Let me move it back a little. I'll put it like behind me. I'll put it, I know where I'll put it. Right there. Folks, if you're going tall, this is the one you want. You get, as a first one, global prosperity growth, which is great early on when you really want that prosperity the most. Construction cost, whatever, but then expand infrastructure, movement speed, center of trade upgrade cost, states governing cost. That's even useful if you're not playing tall. That's useful if you're playing wide. Construction time, expand administration cost again, and another 10 dev cost. Folks, this is good. Best if you're playing tall. I'll grant, somewhat situational, but this can be used as anybody. Next, let's take a look at the events. Fuck, I've closed. Don't do that. Let's take a look at the events. Firstly, that one's not very good, actually. Firstly, we have prosperity for me and thee, free dev, free goods produced, free global prosperity. That's good if you're tall or wide. That's just always good. Shit, it's actually bad. I rest my case. Objection. Let's take another look at that. These events are horrible. Folks, let's take a look at this. The very first event, country roads in disrepair. You can either lose 150 admin and 15 tax, or 1 stability, 10 trade efficiency, and 25% envoy travel time. That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. Or 10% movement speed, or 0.2 years of income, or construction cost. Or you could lose a bunch of local development cost. Or you could get a whole bunch of other bad stuff, or you have to pay a bunch of money, or you get some random dev, or you get plus 10% core creation cost. That is awful. That is absolutely awful. These events are not good. Finally, let's turn back over to the policies that you can get here with this here idea group. Infrastructure policies, they're all right, but they're not the best, let's be real. You could get stuff like what? I don't know. Guys, you could get campaign claims. That's great. Isn't that what you want as a policy? You can chain your claims. Yeah, it's great. You get some monthly devastation, folks. You can just dev that away. Whatever. You can get drill gain. Drill gain. That's nice. Reinforced speed, and reinforced cost. There's some good stuff, I guess, but it's like, whatever. Also, let's turn back to the idea group itself again. What does anybody need 10% construction cost for? Nobody needs that. Also, 25% fort maintenance. You have money. It's not a problem. Finally, 25% construction time. Really? You want to waste a whole slot or half a slot on that? And finally, expanding infrastructure takes up your lovely and important states governing cost, which this idea group also gets rid of. So what's it trying to do? Is it trying to get you more dev, or is it trying to get you less dev? It makes no sense. I say that this is an F tier. This is not even situational. This is just an F tier idea group. Even if you're playing tall, it's not worth it. What says the jury? S, A, B, or C. F, show. Ah, I'm seeing S tiers. What is this? Let's see. Really? S tier. You guys like this one? Even though the events are really bad? There's a bunch of tall players. That's what I'm thinking. I think you guys are tall players. You think infrastructure is better than admin ideas? Really? I think A might be pushing it. Really? Interesting. I might have to play with it more. All right. So, infrastructure has been voted by the jury to be an A tier or an S tier idea. Yeah, I got that one. Yeah. All right. The defense then would like to introduce exhibit. I think this one's actually exhibit F. Innovative ideas, folks. Innovative ideas. I'll admit they have a niche purpose. You don't use them all the time. You just use them in a very specific case. But they are good in almost any case in that case, if you get what I mean. I don't understand what it means. Folks, let's look at this. First two ideas, not that good. But once you get into it, scientific revolution, that's tech cost, that's institution embracement cost. That's pretty good. Cost level advisors, whatever. But then you get institution spread. You get monthly war exhaustion. And you get free policies, and here's the real kicker, 20% advisor costs. That's pretty good. So if you take that early on, you're gonna save a ton of money, you're gonna save a ton of points. It's just worth it. Next, let's take a look at the idea group events. Some of them aren't very good, but you can get some really good ones. You can get some free discounted advisors, that's pretty good. Free prestige, free tech cost, that's pretty good. And you can get -10 tech cost, you can only get +5 tech cost. That's pretty good. You can get, pretty much all of these are good. 50 mil power, 50 diplo power, 50 admin power, more tech cost reduction. That's just good events all around. Finally, let's take a look at the policies for this one. And once again, they're just good. You get stuff like average monarch lifespan, -10% aggressive expansion. Get Diplo rep. You can get a whopping 20% production efficiency. Get 5% goods produced. You can get extra institution spread. You can get fort defense. You can get 15% infantry compatibility. Folks, if you don't take this as your first idea in any game, I don't know what you're up to, because you must be insane. That's not to say that we're entering an insanity defense. This is a very sane idea group for sane people that want to be good at this game. Objection! No. Are you kidding? Innovative is only really useful if you take it early in the game. After the first or second idea group, it just really isn't worth it. It doesn't snowball nearly enough. You're only gonna get 10% cost reduction. And like, you can get that elsewhere. Furthermore, by the time you're even actually getting it, because remember, you're not getting the first idea or even the second idea that are that good. You really have to wait until the third idea to really see any of the benefits. Folks, it's just not very good. Secondly, let's turn back to those policies. You mentioned some good ones, but there's also some pretty shit ones, like a 5% settler chance, or naval leader maneuver. That's great. Or how about 10% fort defense? Or, I know, 5% dev cost reduction. That's a lot, yeah. How about naval leader fire? That one's real great. It's just not that good. The events may be good, I'll admit it. But unless you're in the really early part of the game, like, come on. There's just no point in taking it. What says the jury? The poll. Can I spell innovative? I cannot. Poll is up. What says the jury? Oh, we're seeing a very tight race. We're seeing a very tight race between A, B, or C. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. What'll it be? I'm seeing A's. I'm seeing a lot of A's. It's fun for Korea or Florence. That's a good point. That's a very good point. It's kind of mediocre and doesn't solve any particular problem. That's fair, that's fair. We're seeing a lot of A's. No, expansion is situational, not F. Your Honor, what do you think? I'm a servant of the court, and I don't have an opinion, unless there's a matter of law. All right. The votes are in. Clear winner is A tier. Ah, oh, hell yeah. Which one is it? It's this one. A tier. All right. The defense would like to introduce the last of their first bits of evidence. And that will be Exhibit, what is it? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Exhibit G. Your Honor, the defense does not know the alphabet. Is that this one? I think that is not that one. Hold on. Your Honor, none of these PNGs are labeled. Also, they are, I don't think, PNGs. They're not labeled, though. Order, order. We have an important message from the court stenographer, from a ghost 772 who says, "I'm confused. BRB, I need to go play all the Ace Attorney games so I can understand law. This is important. You must do that if you want to understand what's going on." All right, let's return to, thank you, court stenographer, who I don't have rendered here. Let's go back to the trial. All right, let me get into my argument. So, religious. You may think, very niche use, right? You're not going to use it unless you're playing a very religious game. You're converting a lot of stuff. You're playing a niche religion. But this is the important thing. A lot of the useful parts of it, it can be useful for anybody. So, missionary strength. Pretty good. You get a lot of it. You also get manpower in true faith provinces. If you're playing tall, you only have a few provinces, you're going to get extra 10% manpower in all of them. That's pretty good. Tolerance of the true faith. You also get less rebellions, which means you get more manpower. 10 relations with the same religion. That's pretty good. Even if you're playing one with a lot of other guys. Deus Vult is really the crowning achievement in most people's minds. The permanent casus belli against anybody, but folks, you can get a casus belli. It doesn't matter. It's not that good. The real kicker, in my opinion, is the policies. Let's just get right into the policies. So, with religious, you can get some damn good policies. Liberty desire from subjects. The best modifier in the game. War score cost versus other religions. You just have to take it for that. Like, for that alone. You can also get goods produced modifier. You get morale of armies from a policy with divine ideas that is called the Wielders of the Flaming Sword. That's just epic. You get an extra 10% morale of armies. You can get missionary strength versus heretics, more morale of armies, more morale damage. You can get what is that? Tolerance of heretics. It's just good. Like, even if you're not converting everybody, it's still just worth it. It just makes sense. Objection. Oh no. You failed to mention the idea group events for this idea group. Let's get into them right now. Firstly, while Humanist had a really good event that would make you basically fine with a heretical place, Religious has its own version of the event called, and I quote, heresy, where you can get an even worse event that makes everything just bad. You lose manpower, you lose unrest, you lose tax, it's just bad. There's disorder, you lose a stability. You can get, get this, you can get a discounted theologian. That's nice. You get, what, 2 war exhaustion, whatever. You can, lose more stability or get religious zealots. That's great. That's just real great. Religious divergences, it's just not very good. You lose so much stability from this idea group. It doesn't matter if you're going to war all the time and you're saving stuff on that. You're going to have religious problems at home, and it's just not worth it unless you're converting everybody, and you don't have to deal with the heretics. I'd say situational at best, maybe C tier. but really situational. Unless you're doing a lot of conversion, you just don't need this one, and you're better off taking something like, I don't know, humanist. What says the jury? All right, let's see. Counterpoint, God wills it, Deus Vult. Pretty solid opener, Deus Vult, Deus Vult. I'm seeing a lot of Deus Volts. It's not an argument. That's objection. That's not an argument. Deus Vult is not a valid argument. Situational as hell. Deus Vult, Deus Vult. Deus Vult is not an accepted argument in this court of law. This is a court of law. I will have order. And I will not have Deus Vaulting in my courtroom. I will clear the gallery. I will clear the gallery if you do not stop Deus Vaulting. I will clear. This jury has clearly lost its mind. We're gonna have to send them out. We're gonna have to have a mistrial with this. Your Honor, cringe zealot larpers, Deus Vult. See, we're gonna declare a mistrial if this doesn't stop. I will clear the gallery. I will clear the jury. I'm gonna send the jury out of the room. All right. We have the votes in. It is clearly a S tier idea group. Yeah, I won this one, didn't I? S tier. All right. Well, given that is the last of first exhibits of evidence. We'll take a brief recess. By that I mean, we'll not take a reset. That's not a thing we can do in this. This is a stream. There's no recess here. There's only more pain. So, the defense is going to introduce Exhibit 2A. Which would be one of these unlabeled PNGs. This one? Your Honor, I'll admit, my client here, court ideas, they're just not the best. You could get what, like, power projection from insults, estate's loyalty equilibrium, extra privileges, monthly splendor. I'll admit, Your Honor, I'll admit, it's not the best. It's not the best. However, my client here, he has a very good character. He's a good person. And in certain situations, he can be very good. He might be situational, but he's not a criminal. He's not F tier. For example, you can get 5% Imperial Authority growth modifier. You can get 0.1%, you can get 0.1 mandate growth. You can get 0.25 yearly meritocracy. You can get all that stuff. That's pretty good. You get plus 20% reform progress. You're gonna want that, especially if you're gonna be playing this kind of game. You can get estate interaction cooldown. You get diplomatic policies possible. You get extra monarch diplo skill. That's all right. You may want this only in some kinds of games, but this is not an F tier idea group by any stretch. This is okay. Next, let's get into the court the events. They're not that bad. You can get some loyalty, lose some loyalty. They're sort of just, that is a very long event. What the fuck? Your Honor, the events are very confusing. We're being buried in paperwork here. I don't understand what any of this means in the fucking slightest. You can get an error. You can get an error, I think. I'm confused. That's a very confusing wiki page. Anyway, let's turn to the policies now. My client may not have the best policies, I'll admit that. But they're okay. You can get an extra 5% core creation cost, some production efficiency, you get monarch lifespan, you get the best modifier in the whole goddamn game, war score cost versus other religions. Who wouldn't want that? That's pretty damn good. You can get 10% aggressive expansion and morale damage received. You can get an extra 10%. You can get an extra 10%. You can get so much of this. It's just good. And I would also like to note, Your Honor, this is just an okay idea group. It may not be the best. but it's okay. And that's all it needs to be. Objection! Oh no. This idea group, it's just awful. It was recently introduced, and it is widely believed to be one of the worst idea groups. There is literally no circumstance when you would want this. The idea groups are, the events that are associated with it are very confusing. They're not even that good. You can lose 30 prestige in one event. That's pretty bad. Additionally, you get legitimacy from this? Really? That's what you want to tout as the crown jewel? You get a bonus of legitimacy. You get what? Monarch Diplo skill? Which doesn't matter if you get a bad Monarch anyway. You get what? Power projection from insults. This is an F tier, clearly. There is just nothing good here that makes it worth it. Sure, some of the policies are going to be good, but those require better idea groups anyway. That's all I need to say. It's just not that good. What says the jury? Court S. Easy F, 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 below F. It's not looking good for your client, lawyer. Defense lawyer guy. It's not looking good. The jury is not looking good. Great for Republics. S for situational. Below F. Ooh, that's bad. I think this is probably the strongest F response so far. Defense lawyer guy is my Oshi. I agree. Not in our courtroom. Not very good. Opportunity cost is too high, ever just... Very true. S for super F. We're the A tier jokesters. Literally nobody here has ever used court ideas but me because they just do quality ideas every game. Are you arguing that the defense's expert witness isn't actually an expert? How dare you? That's a stain to this courtroom. Good for nations that don't expand. Well, why are you playing this goddamn game then? If you're playing, why are you playing EU4 if you're not expanding? Why are you playing EU4 if you're not expanding? That's because the courtroom was very nice? Okay, fair. Thank you. Roleplay? No. Alright, the votes are in. With a majority of the votes, we have F or situational. As the judge, I sentence this horrible idea group for the crime of not being very good to F tier. And he will be executed. You can't see it because it's behind the... Damn. My client's gonna get executed. That's not very good. Ah. What are we gonna do? We're okay. Your Honor, the defense would like to introduce Exhibit 2B. Or not 2B. Well, which is it? 2B. Is it that one? That's not the right one. I need to delete some of these. Let me delete these. Hold on. Let me clear out my evidence folder. Because it's full of stuff I don't need anymore. Okay, get rid of these. It's this one. That's not it. Your Honor, just a moment. My folders are a fucking mess. There it is. Your Honor, my client, Diplomatic Ideas, is just one of the best in the game. He just has the character of one of the best idea groups in the game. There is simply no understanding of Diplomatic Ideas. It's not one of the best. You get 25% Diplo advisor cost. That's one of the highest in the game. Extra Diplo relation, very useful early on. Improve relations, which, let us remember, very, very good if you're gonna do a lot of expanding. You get extra Diplo relations, also very good. Province war score cost minus 20% and Diplo tech cost, and as a bonus, you get lowered impact on stability for diplomatic action. That's just amazing. That's just absolutely amazing. Furthermore, let's get into the policies, because Diplomatic has some good ones. Firstly, you can get years to integrate personal union, minus 10 if you go with integrate with infrastructure, which, as we have already established, is one of the best idea groups. Furthermore, you can get Diplo Rep, get more Diplo Rep. You can get, oh, don't click on that. Don't click on that, Mr. Goodman. You can get, chance to capture enemy ships. That's pretty good. You can get shock damage and siege ability in the same one. Like, this is just a good idea group. This is just objectively an amazing idea group. I'd take this idea group. It's just that good. Furthermore, let's look at the events. Tax modifier, get prestige. You can get, don't look at that one. You can get extra Diplo or aggressive expansion. You can get all kinds of stuff. It's good, Your Honor. It's very good. It's very good, Your Honor. Objection. That's the wrong scene. Objection. You may think that this idea group is good, but isn't it a little too good? You got so much aggressive expansion, stacking. Why are you even playing this game? And there's supposed to be a challenge to it. I say this idea group is just too good, and he's gotta be locked up. The whole goody two-shoes act, it's an act. I'm telling you that. This idea group, sure, it may have its uses if you're playing an Austria game or a subject game. But it's just too good. It's unfair. That's why in some multiplayer games, you're not allowed to take it. Just because it's too good. Folks, it doesn't matter how good it may seem. If it ruins the game balance, who cares? This should be put in F, I'd say, and executed. It ruins the game, it makes it unfun, and it just makes it too easy. That's my argument. What says the jury? That's a Q&A, not a... Dip. S. A. B. C. What says the jury? Biased judge? Objection, the prosecutor is coping, Your Honor. Objection! C for cripple its shoulder thematically. In an MP, you'd actually need to chat with the other players. It's very good. The judge is not biased. Order, order! I will have order in this courtroom. You will not accuse the judge of biases. The judge is unbiased. Your Honor, I'd like to ask for a mistrial on the grounds that the jury is unbased, and they just like having an easy game. Your Honor, I think this jury is biased. Your Honor, can we clear the gallery? Your Honor, Your Honor, they're unbased. They're unbased, Your Honor. The jury is not based enough to vote on such a matter. Counter-argument, espionage. Very good argument as well. If you're gonna put this in S, what are you gonna do with espionage and influence? I sentence the judge. You can't sentence the judge to Victoria 3. Your Honor, the jury would like to point out that the infrastructure icon is currently being used to represented by the... This is a good point. We will fix that. Espionage. Influence will be situational 100%. All right, the votes are in. We have gotten an S tier here. And we will also fix this, which is, oh, this is infrastructure. It looks like we have another S tier here on our hands with Diplo. All right, got that one, yeah. All right, the defense. I'd like to introduce Exhibit 2C. Espionage. Espionage has a troubled history. He didn't grow up very well. That's no lie. But despite that, he's worked on himself over the years. He's gotten better and better and better. And now he is actually pretty damn good if I'm not lying. Which I'm not because I'm an officer of the court. Don't worry about it. Folks, espionage. First off, transfer vassal peace treaty at half cost. That's damn good. That's damn good, especially early on when there's a lot of PUs and vassals just already existing. You can get some good stuff with that. Second idea. This can be your second idea in the whole game. 20% aggressive expansion impact. That is amazing. That is amazing. Next, 10% siege ability. Then advisor cost. Then yearly corruption. Then chance to capture enemy ships. Then vassalization acceptance. And possible number of pronayars. That's great if you're Byzantines. And monthly favor gain. Plus minus 20 covert action cost. That's great. That's just great. That is amazing. Furthermore, you can get pulse events. Such as extra spy network construction, extra covert action relation impact, rebel support efficiency. You can get legalizing a bastard, or you can have with this, folks, there's an event. There's an event called Monarch is a Womanizer. You can tell your monarch to fuck. Is there any other idea group that lets you tell your monarch to fuck? I don't know. Furthermore, let us look at the policies. You have espionage. There's some alright ones in here. An extra 10% cav combat ability, extra siege ability, extra cavalry flanking ability, extra more cav combat. Some really good pairings with the combat ones. You good pairings. Granted, the other ones, you know, they're alright. Cost to fabricate claims isn't the best, but you know, the combat ones are pretty good. And finally, I wish to introduce into evidence a final defense of the wonderful and lovely espionage. And that is something that most people do not know about. If we go to the government reforms page in the legal handbook, you can see that for monarchies, I believe just monarchies. I did not do my research. Your Honor, I did not do my research. Give me a moment. My internet's not very good. You can get a unique, a 100% unique government form called, I can find it. Where is it? Fuck is it? Yes, you could get a unique tier 2 government reform called Puppet the Nobility that lowers all of your guys' influence, and you can seize land and it doesn't cause rebels, and you can revoke estate privileges regardless of loyalty. That's really good once you get to like the later times. It's just good. You can just get it's just good. It's just good. I say this is honestly S, maybe even A tier at the least, but like definitely pretty good. Objection. Oh. Espionage. I don't think it'll last. That's the thing. See, espionage keeps saying that he's gonna do better, that he's reformed, that he's a new man. But let's be real here. Espionage has a very bad past. It has been one of the worst idea groups for most of EU4. Even though it's good now, it hasn't always been. And how can we know that he's gonna stay the same? For example, it was just recently changed. I believe version 1.35. How do we know that in version 1.37, which was just recently announced, and we'll start dev diaries next week, they won't change it again because it's too strong. Folks, we just don't know if this is gonna last. This may all be an act. I rest my case. What says the jury? I hope my neighbors can't hear me. I hope nobody's walking by and hearing me doing like legal roleplay. I think my walls are pretty thick. I think I'll be okay. Seeing a lot of S tier votes. It was very good for my client. Can you guys tell I've been watching Law & Order SVU again? Can you guys tell that? Because I have been. I watched 2 episodes just today. I'm on, I think, like episode 8 or 9 of season 5. I start with season 5 because, you know. You know. Your Honor, I would like to call the neighbors to the stand. That is outside of the scope of this courtroom. Oh, it's very close. It's very close. Could have been a little longer. Oh, it's neck and neck. Oh. Oh, and at the last second. Do we have any more votes? Do we have any more votes to even it out again? Can we call Lady Saffron as a witness? No, you cannot. Do we have any more votes? Oh, I think it's over. All right, the votes are in. Espionage has been put in S tier. Yeah, of course they are. It's just that good. It's just that good, folks. All right, well, the defense will now like to introduce Exhibit 2C. I mean Exhibit 2D. Court stenographer. 2D. Exploration ideas. Alright, listen. I'm just the legal aid. I'm here for... I'm not being paid by this one, alright? I'm doing this pro bono. Colonialism sucks. I don't think this is a good one. I think this... let's be real. It's situational. All of it's like... It's all for... You're only taking this if you're playing a colonial game. Nobody's taking it otherwise. Let's be real here. Policies aren't that... It's situational. But it's not F tier. That's what's important. I'm doing this pro bono, by the way. Objection! Wait. Did he just argue that it's situational? Your Honor, I actually agree with the defense on this. Or, yeah, I agree this time, actually. It's kind of shit. It, like, even, like, 4 colonies, it's kind of not very good. Like, what, you get 10% plus 10 global settler increase? Please, you can get that, like, easily in missions or from, like, a personality or something. Like, it's not even that good for colonialism. You have to take it, but it kind of sucks. Like, what, 10% trade company investment cost? 10% settler chance? 25% treasure fleet income? Great, you're stuck with inflation. That's wonderful. But yeah, otherwise I agree. This sucks. Alright, well, that's unusual. Do we have a plea here, or...? I think do we want to get a plea deal here? Would we like a plea deal here? For situational, to avoid it being put in F tier? What says the jury? Do we accept this plea deal? Because this is a weird courtroom. I'm just gonna vote for situational or F. Your Honor, I'm willing to offer a plea deal of situational. You won't get executed. It's pretty good. Still situational. Plea of S tier. Your Honor, we're not accepting a plea of S tier at this time. You're boycotting? There's a plea. This is a plea deal. We have a plea deal in place here. You can get better stuff in the Norwegian mission tree. Come on. Habeas corpus right now. You don't have the proper documentation, buddy. No, no, no. Are you caughting the... Don't caught the boys. Me and the boys were drinking whiskey and rye. All right. Looks like the votes are in. The plea deal has been accepted by the jury. We've put this guy in situational with a vote of 85%. All right, now that I'm done with my pro bono work, pro boner work, pro boner. I can't fucking say it. Now that we're done with that, let's get to an idea group that's actually paying me to talk about them. I'd like to introduce Exhibit 2E. That's not 2E, that's 2F. Exhibit 2E. Influence ideas. Folks, influence ideas. It's just that good. It really is just that good. It's basically as good as Diplo. And remember, you guys gave Diplo S tier. So, let's go over it. Firstly, income from vassals. Wonderful. Liberty desire. Wonderful. Diplo annexation cost. You can stack that with Catholicism. Amazing. Extra Diplo relations. Extra Diplo rep. Extra liberty desire. Extra vassal force limit. And 50% unjustified demands. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Furthermore, let's look at the events. You can get extra Diplo relations. Extra 20% aggressive expansion effect for free. That's amazing. You can get extra income. You can get lose corruption. You can get extra... All of these are basically good. These are basically all good. And whoa. Hostile rhetoric. Plus 5% aggressive expansion impact. Oh no, not me with my minus 20. Like it's just that good. Next, let's look at the policy. Influence, you can get an extra 15% Diplo annexation cost. You can get vassal force limit. You can get even more aggressive expansion. You can get even more force limit. You can get even more force limit. You can get extra morale of armies. You can get no, what is that? You can get make client states. That's just pretty good. You can get liberty desire. It's just a really good one. It's frankly just amazing. Objection. No. Your Honor, this idea group may seem good, but really, let's look at what it is. It's just diplomatic ideas' little brother. It's just not that good. Sure, it may be okay, but consider this. In some cases, it can actually be really bad. For example, because of the way the game is made, if you get a plus 100% vassal force limit contribution modifier and you're playing as Byzantium, your Pernoyars will now take 10 force limit away from you instead of 5. That's not how it's supposed to work. It does. It's just not that good. Basically, this is just a worse Diplo ideas. I'm okay with this getting A tier or even B tier, but this is not an S tier, let's be real here. It's alright. It's pretty good even. But it's just worse Diplo ideas. You can get everything you can get with this, with Diplo ideas, but it's better. How votes the jury? S.A. First situation. Alright, being able to reduce your annexation is very useful. It's better than Diplo. My day is ruined. Annexation cost, yep. Fair argument. Get an S tier. Oh, maybe not. 50%. It's very close between S or A. Very close. Once again, it's a very close one. Influenza ideas. You can take them both. That's a fair point. As for diplomacy, there's no D actually for this. There's no, you can't vote for D. It doesn't exist. Alright. Oh, A is pulling slightly ahead. You can't compare to Diplo because they aren't competing. You take Diplo second and Influence fourth? Maybe. Ranked choice voting? No, we can't do ranked choice voting with YouTube polls. Guys, this is a YouTube poll. There's no ranked choice voting. Let's be real here. Also, hi Pickles, welcome. Alright. Are all the votes in? I think they are. The voting has ended. And we have a plea or a verdict of A tier. Let's put it there. Which one is it? Guys, which one is influence? It's this one, right? A tier. Alright. Defense would like to introduce Exhibit 2F into... Ooh. Your Honor, can I get a moment with a quick recess with my client before the stage of the trial? Just since we're at the halfway mark. I see no reason not to. You have a 5-minute recess. Alright, I'm gonna get snacks quick. Hold on. Let me get some dry ramen and I'll eat it raw. Dry ramen. I like ramen. I don't like to cook ramen all the time because I'm busy. But hold on. But yeah, I just eat it like a snack. It's great. I'm keeping on the lawyer gear for this, by the way. Imagine this. Imagine you're in court and your lawyer just goes and takes out a bag of ramen and just starts eating it like it's chips. D for dry ramen. There's no D tier. Order, order. I would trust them with my life. Can you hear that, by the way? The crinkling of the bag? Here, listen to this. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, it's like chips. It's just like chips. It's a nice little snack food when I don't want to like go and cook it. Your Honor, I would like a quick snack break. We're in recess. Goldfish? I can't help it. We're in recess. We have a 5-minute recess here, folks. Go get your snacks. Go to the bathroom. Your Honor, it's munchies time. I'm hungry. When's the ASMR stream? When I go and meet Cleo and can use her fancy ASMR mic. May I ask how college is going? Actually, I met with my advisor the other day, and I had a very strange experience with him. He knew what VTubers were, because I was like, I'm worried about publishing and getting doxxed. And he said, oh, I know what a VTuber is. And I was like, where do you know a VTuber from? And I emailed him. And he was like, oh, my 13-year-old son told me about it. I'm like, oh, God. That's kind of worse. So I did the reasonable thing, and I told him about Cleo. No, he's not watching me. He doesn't know who I am. But I told him about Cleo, so he may watch her. Did he have any good ideas of what to do? Yes, he did. He told me just don't publish for now. Because I don't need to. I thought I did. I thought it was like a mandatory thing, but I can actually wait. Yeah, it's spreading. I'm like halfway done with this block of ramen. This is the munchie stream. Yummy, yummy. Not a fish. Fuck you. I actually got paid today by YouTube. My whole $100 whole from January. No, I break it into pieces first. I like break it up, but that's what I do when I cook it too. Yeah, money. I'm gonna go to the store tomorrow and I'm gonna get some stuff. Happy Saffron-versary, thank you. Yummy. All right. 5-minute recess is over. Let's go back into this. So, my client has a very bad reputation. I'm aware of this. However, I'm of the belief that it is a slanderous accusation. Just say so. And it is untrue. Patently untrue. Your Honor, let's start. What flavor? Chicken. Let's start with what you can get with Maritime. Firstly, you can get fleet movement speed. That's pretty good. And privateer efficiency. And Marines force limit and sailors. That's pretty good if you're doing like a bunch of boats. Shit, this is not very good. Oh, it's really bad. Let's check we could check the events though. Maybe the events are good. Oh, no, they're bad. You can either, oh, that's a lot of money. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, okay, it's bad. What about the policies? We'll check the policies out. It's necessary to get thalassocracy? Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Let's check the policies. Oh shit, the policies are bad too. It's just sailors. It's all sailors and ship stuff. Nobody needs that. Oh fuck. Mr. Prosecutor, we'd like to request a plea deal situational we'd like to request a plea deal perhaps of situational. This is not an F tier idea group, guys. It's just it's situational, guys. I don't know. I'm willing to accept a plea deal, but is the jury? Let's vote on it. Let's see. Let's vote on it. Is this situational or F? That's the plea deal. Is it situational or is it F? Let's vote. What does the jury think? It's very situational, but there are very good situations. Yeah, but what are the situations? B is for boats and I will die on this hill. Not enough situations, yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Oh, it's very close though. It's S tier, you just need to be creative. Oh, hi, Ara, welcome. You need boats with no shoreline, exactly. We're getting situational. It's great for playing as landlocked Bohemia. This is true. It's very good for landlocked nations. All right. All right. I think we have the votes in. jury has voted to accept the plea deal for situational. Alright, I think that's the best I could have got. Let's be real here. Alright. Your Honor, the defense would like to enter Exhibit 2G. Is that this one? Your Honor, trade ideas. Trade ideas. Who cares about trade? I'll tell you who cares about trade. Trade is one of the best ways to get money in this game. Folks, if you want to make money, you have three options, basically. You have tax, you have production, you have trade. Tax is affected 100% by autonomy. So if you have 100% autonomy, you get nothing. Production is affected 50%. So if you have 100% autonomy, you get 50% of your goods. Trade, though, trade is 0% affected by autonomy. You get 100% of the benefit, regardless. So, if you're playing any kind of game where you're gonna have territories, trade is a must. Let's get into the idea group itself. Firstly, global trade power. Pretty good. Extra merchant. Really great, especially if you're in a region where you can't get a trade company merchant. Or a colonial merchant. Next, trade range. Alright, whatever. But then, trade efficiency. Extra merchant power, extra trade steering, extra caravan power, an extra merchant, extra burger loyalty. And that's just where it starts. Let's get into the policies. You can get all kinds of great stuff. Trade efficiency, production efficiency, trade steering, idea cost, production efficiency or goods produced. What else? More goods produced, extra merchants, trade power abroad, domestic trade power. It's just so many good trade modifiers on this. You can get 15% goods produced modifier. That's one of the only places in the entire game you can get that, is with trade. It's just one of the best idea groups in the game. Let's see, is there anywhere else you can get a whole 15%? Let's look. Can you get a whole 15% anywhere else? You can. Never mind, I'm stupid. You can get it from the Burgundian Ambition. You can get it from, American Ideas, yeah. You can get it from the Piscovian Ambition. But that's basically one of the best places to get it. And it's one of the only ones that's open for everybody. But my point stands. It's good. It's real good. Finally, let's take a look at the events that you can get from trade. You can get extra efficiency. Extra efficiency, extra trade power, extra trade steering, mercantilism. Okay, there's not a lot of good events here, but the rest of it's really good. Even if you're not playing a trade-centric game, you're gonna want this, just so you get the benefits. Your Honor, objection! Wrong scene. No. Your Honor, most of the benefits of this aren't actually that great. Trade is good, I'll admit that. But trade ideas? Really? Nah. First off, you get 2 merchants from trade ideas, plus more from policies. You can get merchants so easily in this game. You can get it from other policies, you can get it from trade companies, which are now easier to make than ever, given that it's subcontinent. You can get them from... what else? Colonies? Unless you're in a country where trade is completely useless, you have ways to get merchants. Otherwise, let's go back to those events. They're pretty bad, a lot of them. You can lose, get inflation or global trade power abroad, get diplotech cost or lose stability, get trade efficiency or corruption. That's pretty goddamn bad, I'd say. Like, even though you have some good ones, there's trade collapse. Negative 20% trade efficiency for 10 years, or 100 diplotech. That's bad. Policies, I'll admit, are good. But come on, let's be real. This is situational, good for trade nations. But even then, it's not necessary, because you're already getting trade stuff from other things. Convincing arguments on both sides. Let's hear, what does the jury think? B-O-T F. Situation. Kind of useless. Situational if you're drowning in debt. Counterpoint loads of money. S. I'm seeing a lot of S's. Seeing a lot of S's. Eco Hedgeman makes it the best idea in the game. It's fair. It's fair. Solid A. Alright. Alright. Maybe A. Maybe A. Top 3 at least. Own an end node equals buckets of ducats. But that's perhaps more situational. Top 3 out of 3? It's very close. I'd like a little more voting. I'd like a few more votes before I make the decision finalized. Just build more trade ships. Can we get the lurkers to vote on this, please? Lurkers, would you like to vote on this important matter? Can we get everybody to vote? Don't let this be S tier, it's not. Oh, last minute voting. A tier. Ending the voting there. A few last minute votes might have just swayed it. It is an A tier. Alright, alright. That's pretty good, pretty good. Let me get trade. Where is trade? Is it this one? A tier. Solid. Alright. Your Honor, for this next part of the trial, we have a case of conspiracy. So we will have several defendants on trial at the same time. So let me line them all up here quickly. That will be a bit of a speed round, you know. That evidence. This one, right? Yes. 1, 2. That one. The last one. That one. Okay. All right, Your Honor. Currently, we have 5 defendants who are all of a similar type. For this, it doesn't really make sense to say situational. We're gonna do all these at the same time, but you can, don't worry, we'll vote separately. But Your Honor, for this one, it doesn't really make sense to do these as situationals because, of course, they're situational. You can only get them in certain situations. So for that reason, we will be not having that as a matter of parliamentary procedure. However, let's get into it. Firstly, aristocratic. Great idea group. He's a good guy. Get dev cost, manpower, cav combat ability. That's pretty good. Cost unjustified demands, also pretty good. And for policies, some damn good ones if I ever did see some. Get some manpower. You can get more manpower. Get vassal force limit, merchant. It's pretty good. I'd say this is probably like a A tier. You can get production efficiency, state governing cost. Oh, 20% production efficiency. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I think that one's pretty good. All right. So, prosecutor, what do you have to say? That's the wrong scene. Keep going to the wrong scene. I have these labeled really poorly. Your Honor, despite the fact that we cannot issue a plea of situational, aristocratic, it's not what it used to be. You can get cav combat from a lot of places, and all the places that you might need it, like Poland or the steppes, you can already get it. It's just redundant, and I don't know, it's just not that good. All right, what say you, the jury? S A C and F. There is no situational option in this one because of the as a matter of parliamentary procedure, because of course they are situational. Divine Horde and Indigent are broken. The serf belong to their turf. Yeah. Indigenous' downside is you have to play Indigenous. So true. I've seen a lot of votes for A. Wow. All right. I think it's pretty clear how we voted on this. This one has been found A tier. Which one is it? It's this one. A tier for aristocratic. Right. You are excused. Where's my aristocratic ideas? Oh, it's down here. All right. Second up on the docket will be divine ideas. Your Honor, divine ideas, it may not have the best reputation, but it's still pretty good. You can get minus 10% morale damage received. You can get dev cost. You can get fire damage received. That's pretty good, especially if you're doing like a combat-focused nation like Persia. Pretty damn good. And, of course, how can I forget to mention the amazing policy of wielders of the flaming sword? That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good. What is that on my face? Oh, it's my lapel. Objection. Fucking, I need to relabel these fucking slides. No, objection. Fine sucks. For the simple reason that nobody plays theocracies. Let's be real. There are two theocracies that people play these days. All right? There's the Pope. In which case, do you really need it? Let's be real here. Do you really need it? No, you don't. You really don't. You're better off doing something else, like religious. Or, alternatively, you're playing as Persia. In which case, yeah, of course you're gonna take it. But like, that's, you know, other than that, it's like, who cares? It's okay, but like, let's look at those policies again. You get like what? 5% core creation cost? That's not a lot. That's not very good. 5% goods produced? Once again, not very good. I think, honestly, in 90% of all cases, it's a B or a C at best, Your Honor. What says the jury? Divine. S. A. C. F. Alright. How votes the jury? I don't know why the judge is Southern. Like from one of those crimes. Your Honor, I'm gonna take a little snack while you guys vote as well. It's pretty close. It's pretty damn close. Let's get a few more votes. It's pretty damn close. Is pretty damn close. All right. Voting is done. We have decided B or C with 46% of the vote. And as judge, I sentence this group, on account of it being a theocracy, to C. Because nobody fucking plays theocracies. All right, Your Honor. Now then, our next client. Board government. Come on, let's be real. This guy didn't do anything wrong. He's just the best. Like, come on, Your Honor, prosecution, I think we can all agree, this guy should be let go. Just let free, all right? It's just the best. Let's look at this. It's enabled only for a few countries, but like, come on. 10% cav to infantry ratio, negative 10% aggressive expansion impact, extra religious unity, extra land attrition, extra national unrest, and horde unity, caravan power, promoted cultures, and as a finisher, 25% cavalry compatibility. There's just no question about it. You can also get extra raising power gain. You can also get extra shock damage received and fire damage received. You can get monthly global devastation. You can get years of separatism. What else? You can get even more aggressive expansion reduction. Siege ability. You can get, what is that? Cavalry flanking ability. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. Objection. No. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I kind of agree. It's pretty good. We just put this guy in here because, you know, kind of had to. But no, we're willing to accept a plea deal of A. How does A sound for you? I will not accept a plea deal of A. This is a clear S tier idea, even though it's situational. All right, and I guess it's gonna go to the jury. I will have to point out, look at the idea of fence. You know, not the best. Like extra losing stability or national manpower modifier, or yeah, it's okay. It's pretty good. I'll admit, but I don't think it's an S tier. I think it's an A tier. Let's be real. All right. What says the jury? No plea? No plea. Alright, we'll do horde. S, A. B or C. F. How votes the jury? If you have access to the idea, zero reason not to take it. Oh no, a stab hit. Raise stab increase. So anyways. A for for which? What you get when you kill foolish feudal people. Horde eco, mana for days. Very true, very true. I should do a horde game at some point. I hope they do hordes. I hope they make hordes cool again. Like they do another update for them. Because the missions are kind of old. I'm just eating my ramen over here, man. Con run 1. I don't think I'm that good at this game, guys. I don't know what you think I am, but I'm not very good. I almost formed Mongols once, but then I gave up because I got bored. All right. I don't think there's any contest here. Horde has been acquitted of all charges. Found S tier. Let's do it then. Let's put Horde up. Alright. Alright, Your Honor, my next client. I'm willing to accept a plea of situational. For the sole reason that there has never been a situation ever where somebody plays as an indigenous country. However, it is good though. It's a pretty good idea group. It's just nobody's ever played as natives. Let's see. Do you have any objection? Yeah, I'm willing to accept a plea of situational if the jury's okay with it. What does the jury think? We do situational? That's a Q&A, not a poll. You accepting the plea deal or not? No! Oh, I think people don't want the plea deal. Very close. It's still anyone's game. All right, it has to get a fair chance. Your Honor, in that case, I would like to argue that, well, nobody has ever played natives in the entire history of this game. This is a real good idea group. 25% monthly reform progress, 1 attrition for enemies, you get extra tribal development growth, extra dev cost, extra 10% morale of armies, extra more manpower, extra idea cost, extra 20% war score cost, and a 25% institution spread. It's amazing. That's, if that were anything other than indigenous, that would be one of the best idea groups out there. Policies, also pretty goddamn good. Got some development, got some fort defense. It's pretty good. There's also 10% aggressive expansion impact, some diplo rep, some discipline. Overall, solid tier, solid idea group. Objection! Nobody's ever played natives. Nobody in this courtroom has ever played a native country. Nobody knows if it's actually good or not. For the sole reason that nobody has ever played natives. Alright, what does the jury say? And also, we would like, can we just poll the jury? Has anybody here ever played natives on the jury? No. Iroquois? Conquest of Paradise? Jeez, that was ages ago. This is actually a pretty split vote. It's between A, or S, or B, or C. Oh, S pulling ahead. Nope. S indigenous? Really? Interesting. Interesting. All right. Give it a few more seconds, and then we'll call it. Unless B or C can get a big win. I think it's gonna have to go to S. You guys literally only vote S or F. Let's be real here. Nobody has ever voted B or C. All right. I'll end it there. S tier for indigenous. Hell yeah. Another S tier. All right. Now then, my last client, this conspiracy charge, is only here because he's an anti-monarchist. Let's be real, which is not a crime. I won't say. Republics are one of the best government types in this entire game. They are amazing. Firstly, mercenary cost. Good shit. Morale of armies. Good shit. Reform progress. Good shit. Merchants. Good shit. Goods produced. Outstanding. And you don't have to do serfdoms. Dev cost. Manpower. Trade and owned provinces. That's just amazing. All of that's amazing. Additionally, if we look at the policy, you get extra 25% gov growth stuff. You can get vassal stuff, like good stuff. You can also get female generals. And, Your Honor, are we not in this courtroom women or lovers of women? Consider that. Finally, indigenous. That's not what we're doing. We're doing plutocratic. I have lost my place. 10% production efficiency is another policy. Government or Republican tradition as well. I think just a goddamn good one. I'd say A tier. Objection. Your Honor, plutocratic despite how good republics are, plutocratic on its own, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Your Honor, let's take a look at the plutocratic idea group events. Firstly, got lots of rebels, loss of prestige. Sure, you may get some guys, but whatever. Lots and lots and lots of bad events, losing stability, gaining corruption, losing more stability, losing morale of armies. Get some money, but folks, that's not enough. Like, sure, you may get some good stuff from this, but the events are real bad. And that's not what you want, especially when you're playing as a republic, which generally are not that big because of the lack of GovCap. Your Honor, this is a B or C tier, at best. Let's be real here. Alright, what says the jury? S, A, B, or C. Women! We do like women in this house, don't we? USA, USA. Well, thank you, Morales, for joining Loyal Vassals. We get another S tier. Are all of these considered S tiers? Do we love just all of them? Yeah, the plutocratic events kind of really suck. Women! We want men? Nah, women. This is a women's house. We like women's here. In this house, order in the court. Women. Let me make sure, let me just check my dorm group chat to see if anybody's angry at me banging on shit. Okay, nobody's angry at me. Putting Pluto S tier, but not trade is the wildest shit I've ever seen. You're putting too many things in S tier. We got quotas here, man. We got judicial quotas. A tier. A tier, S tier. They're the odd ideas, so they're fancy. Alright, alright. Let's call it there. Plutocratic. It's gonna get another S tier. I mean, look at that bird. It's getting out of his cage. Alright, Hirana, thank you. Thank you so much. Now then, let's turn back to my normal clients. Firstly, where is it? I don't know where he is. Here it is. Where is it? What is it? This one? Defensive ideas. Your Honor, Your Honor. Picture this. You're playing as Ethiopia. Maybe Armenia. The Ottomans come out of nowhere. They attack you. You're on your last foot, but you have the mountain forts. And even more than that, you have defensive ideas. You have +1 attrition for enemies, +1 max attrition for enemies. You have 33% garrison size. You have +25 fort defense. You have so many good stuff from it. Additionally, let's check out the policies. Your Honor, you can get an extra whopping 2 possible advisors from this. Get army recovery speed. Get fort defense, more fort defense. You can get morale recovery. You can get, what else? Where is it? This is a weird organizational structure. It's fucking... You can get 10% aggressive expansion impact. That's pretty good. You can get a merchant. You get all kinds of great stuff. Folks, this is just one of the best ones ever. Also, you can get 50% garrison damage. I didn't even know that was a modifier. This is a damn good idea group. That's what I say. Objection. No. All of the things you've just described are situational. Unless you also had Coptic or, you know, other monuments like the fort in Karteli. It wouldn't be that good. This is a situational idea. It can be good when you need it, but otherwise, it just makes no sense to take it. Folks, you're better off taking something like offensive so you actually have soldiers, because let's be real, a fort is nowhere near as good as an army. I rest my case. What says the jury? S, A, B, or C? You can vote situational on this one again. B for big mountains. The wall just got 10 feet higher. C, B is solid. Which is where you put the forts. Fair point, fair point. Seen a lot of B or C's. Seen a lot of B and C. Oh, A might have a chance. I don't think so, but maybe. A is creeping up there. A is creeping up there, maybe, maybe. It's only 14% away. Solid B. It's very situational. That's fair, that's fair. All right. Voting is over. I think it is pretty clear that this is a B or a C tier event, or a group. However, as the judge, I have a soft spot for defensive ideas given my past in the Ethiopian and Armenian campaigns. So, due to my own personal biases, I rule that this man will be sentenced to B tier, not C tier. Thank you, Your Honor. All right. Next. Exhibit 2, 3, I don't know. I don't know what we're on, man. I'm gonna be real, I have absolutely no idea what we're on. Your Honor, mercenary ideas. Mercenary ideas, mercenary ideas. Mercenary ideas? Have you ever taken them? Have you ever seen anybody taking them? No. The reason isn't because they're bad, it's because they have a weight of 0. For the AI, this is true. The AI will never take mercenary ideas. Why? Maybe. Get this. Maybe it's because they're too good. Let's take a look at this. Your Honor. First, mercenary cost, 25%. For a first thing, that's real damn good. You're gonna save a lot of money with that. Then, you can recruit mercenaries anywhere. That's so useful, especially if you're doing like a colonial game. Get mercenaries wherever you want. Then, mercenary maintenance. You need that. If you want to run your empire, you're gonna need money. Mill tech cost. War taxes cost. Mercenary leader tradition modifier. Infantry combat ability. And, this is a real nice one, no longer reduces army professionalism. Then, of course, you have mercenary manpower, and you can get them to drill. That is the worst part of mercenaries, is they can't drill. But with this, they can. You can also get mercenary discipline, which, here's the kicker. Mercenary discipline is different from normal discipline. It is better. Mercenary discipline is better than normal discipline. Finally, possible condottieri, 100%. Nobody uses condottieri, but that's fair. Then, let's take a look at the policies. You can get all kinds of good stuff. Even more production. You can get vassal force limit, and you can make client states, presumably for your mercenaries. You can get 2 whole extra diplo relations. You can get, what else? You can get all kinds of nifty stuff, like mercenary discipline, extra tempers on morale of armies, more tech costs. It's just good. Your Honor, it's just good. But it gets even better because there is a unique Tier 5 government reform. That gives even more for these lovely, lovely, lovely mercenaries. And is even more of a reason to take it. If you take the... Which one is it? Find it. Hold on. If you take the elite mercenaries privilege, you can get an extra 15% mercenary cost, and an extra 25% mercenary leader tradition, and it costs no army professionalism, and it enables the mercenary militarization mechanic, which basically makes any country in the world Prussia. Folks, you do this as Burgundy, you do this as anybody, like Hungary, Livonia, any country that even has anything to do with mercenaries. Aragon, there's just tons of situations when this might be useful. Objection. No. What you've just described is the very definition of a situational idea. It is only useful if you have other mercenary stuff to stack it with. Mercenaries on their own suck. In the base game, mercenary companies have awful composition, they're way too much infantry, not enough artillery, and frankly, they're just not that good. They're really not worth the price. If you can afford mercenaries, you can afford normal troops. And like, except for the very early game when you don't actually have enough ideas for this to be worth it, it's always just better to have your own soldiers. Secondly, let's look again at this here little gover form. It gives, and I quote, hiring mercenaries no longer costs army professionalism. However, in order to get this, you need to have completed mercenary days, which also gives you that. That's a redundancy. I say this is situational at best, though otherwise, B, maybe C tier. Has no use outside of mercenaries. Once you don't need them, who cares? What says the jury? C for mercenary. F. B for bad. S. Oh, I'm getting a lot of situational right off the bat. Don't do this to my mercenary boys. I love Burgundy. Burgundy has such a good mix with this, actually. I want to do a mercenary Burgundy someday. I want to play Burgundy again. Would you guys be okay if I just played more Burgundy? Do you guys want to see more Burgundy? I'll do a Netherlands Burgundy. I promise. I swear. I'll do Netherlands Burgundy, guys. Please. Please. I'll do it. I'll do Netherlands Mega Burgundy, guys. Burgundy streamer. Burgundy. What about Hungry Mercenaries? Hungry Mercenaries is also very good. Burgundy is my favorite color. F for situational. Oh, it's looking pretty strong. Man, I'm still too baked for this jury duty stuff. Welcome, the Ritz. Welcome in. You're actually right at the end of this, so don't worry about it. All right, that's the end of it. We're getting F for situational tier. Now then, since Burgundy has a very nice place in my heart, I will be giving this thinking of situational. Now then, for my next, I will be bringing in this next piece of evidence. Your Honor, naval ideas. Everybody seems to hate it, but prejudice is no reason to send an innocent man to jail. Let's take a look at what this actually gives you. Firstly, naval leader shock and landing penalty. That's pretty good. Galley combat ability, also amazing. Naval leader fire, morale when losing a ship. Blockade impact on siege. Even if you're not doing a naval campaign, that's going to be useful. Sailor recovery, Marines force limit, heavy ship combat ability, ship durability, morale of navies, global naval engagement, one of the best things in the whole game. Naval barrage cost minus 100. You get free breaking every walls in every coastal province, and ship disengage chance. Moreover, let's take a look at the policy. Take a look at these policies. You can get minus 20% embracement cost. You can get goods produced and production efficiency in just one policy with economic, which we've already decided is pretty okay. Then there's state maintenance. There's ship durability. There's naval morale recovery. Pretty good stuff if I do say so. Moreover, you can also get extra chance to get ships. You can get global naval engagement. You can get extra merchants and caravan power. You can get blockade efficiency. Every single part of this entire idea group is golden. There is no reason anyone would ever not take this group, except if they were, I don't know, maybe being bribed to not take this group. I don't know, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Listen, that's all I'm saying. It doesn't look good if you don't want this group. All right. Prosecutor, do you have anything to say? Prosecutor? Where's the prosecutor? Where's the prosecutor? Wait, where'd the prosecutor go? Okay. What's going on here? Is there funny business here? Is there funny business going on here? No, Your Honor, there's no funny business on here. I've just received a notice from the prosecutor that he has been murdered, and is actually going to offer me a plea deal of A tier, in exchange for not worrying about it. Can we accept that? let's have the jury vote. The jury, this is highly irregular, but the jury can vote. Let's have order in this courtroom. Let's have order in this courtroom. Let's have order in this courtroom. All right, there are your options. Wow, it looks like the ballot this time only has 2 options. Only S or A tier. Folks, it only has S or A tier. You'll have to only vote for one of those 2. What's going on here? This is highly irregular. This is highly irregular. What is going on here? What is going on in this courtroom? This is madness, I say, madness. Well, it looks like A is winning. Abstain on principle. That's not how this works, unfortunately. Yes, this is rigged. No plea riot. I will clear the gallery if I need to. Your Honor, your stinky jury nullification? Vote for motion for mistrial? You can't do that. All right, the voting has ended. I have order in this courtroom. It's an A tier. Oh, Mr. Prosecutor, you're back. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I was taken outside and shot. Anyway, are we on to naval yet, or... Oh, we've already done... Let's go to offensive now. Please don't hurt my family. All right, Your Honor. I'd like to introduce more evidence. Offensive ideas. Oh, it's the classic. It's the first idea group you take. If you're Prussia, if you're Spain, it's just so good. Anything you want to do in Europe. Maybe not for colonial Spain, actually. But, like, it's just so good. You can take it as Ottomans. You can take it as Russia. You can take it as anybody. It's just so good. It's easy S tier. Easy, easy S tier. Let's look through what you can actually get from offensive. Land leader shop. Amazing early game. Land leader fire. Amazing early game. Prestige from land battles. Amazing. Siege ability. 20%. Hive discipline. And then you can get an extra recovering army morale. You can get special unit cost. It's all good. It's just all good. Let's look at the policies. You can get some real nice ones with this one. You can get extra power projection. You can get extra morale damage. You can get extra diplo rep. You can get extra... Excuse me. You can get extra liberty desire on same subject. Or on same continent. You can get artillery ability. You can get explore adjacent tiles to colonies. It's just pretty good. You can also get leader siege. It's just pretty good. I'd say easy A. Objection! Your Honor, where's my hand? Your Honor, where did my hand go? Here's my hand. Your Honor, offensive may be good early on, but it just doesn't hold up over time. You're better off taking something like quality that'll actually be worth it over time. And let's look at that. Engineer Corps siege ability, that's alright, but only 5% discipline. You can get better in so many other ways, like traditions, gov reforms. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it, folks. It's better to take something else. And let's take a look at those idea group events quickly. We can lose instability from nobles are worried. Have too many cowards. We can have people don't want to be conscripted. We can have our army isn't so grand. You can have the fortification neglected. You can have, there's so many bad events here. Folks, it's just not worth it. You're better off taking something like quantity or quality. All right, what says the jury? Zorro Monument, good point. S, A, B plus C. Ever situational. Okay. What says the jury? S tier cause war. I don't know. I think it's solidly, maybe B. Maybe, oh wow. The strong response. Jeez. S for screw late game. You can get more than 5% discipline. Yeah, you can get more discipline elsewhere. Discipline used to be a very rare commodity, but it's 2024. It's siege tier. C. Best late game idea in the game, though. Fair. All right, I think it's clear what we're voting for. Ending the poll. With a clear supermajority. Clear supermajority. That is an S tier. Let's put it up there. All right, we only have 2 more left. 2 more left, folks. 2 more left. My second to last piece of evidence. Quality ideas. How many times have you played Prussia and not taken this? How many times have you played Ottomans and not taken this? How many times have you played any country that already has good military ideas and not stacked it even more? So you just have the best in the game. Let's look through these ideas real quick. Private to Marshal. 10% infantry combat ability. Off the gate. That's amazing. 10% cavalry combat ability. Also amazing. 10% morale of navies. It also helps with navies, guys. 5% ship durability. 25% naval attrition. 10% artillery combat ability. And 5 discipline as a bonus. It's just better than the offensive ideas. Just better. It's so good. And let's look at the policies. Oh, the policies. Oh, the policies. You can get some pretty good ones here. You can get an extra 5% discipline if you combine it with economic. You can get more land leader fire, more innovativeness, more 15% more infantry combat ability if you combine it with innovative. You can get siege ability, which is, you know, with religious. Pretty good, pretty good. You can get diplomatic station cost. You can get trade efficiency. You can get Diplo Rep. You can get all kinds of these amazing things with this. Folks, it's just that good. Objection. No. Your Honor, it may seem good, but this is a mess of an idea group. Let's take a look at it again. Corvettes? You want really 5% ship durability? This is just all over the place. You can also get 0.5 yearly army and navy tradition. Like, who cares? You can get monuments that do more than that. 10% morale of navies? Who's playing with navies? Let's be real here. You're not the British. Situational. And naval attrition. What? When are you using this? It's situational. B, maybe C tier. It's just not that good. And let's take a look at those idea group events. Let's just take a quick little look at that. Lose manpower, lose stability. You can get, oh, get this. You could get 1 whole army professionalism for free. Ain't that nice? Lose prestige. Gain prestige. Lose prestige. Oh, heavy ship combat ability, light ship combat ability. That's great. This is situational, folks. You don't want this anytime other than you're playing as like Britain or Prussia. And by then, who cares? What says the jury? Start a poll. Wow. S-A... Situational. Stack break. This is a difficult case. Ah. S tier. You guys want everything to be S tier. That's good. As for Saffron tier, yeah. All mill ideas S tier except for that one. That's really, yeah. All right. Votes are in. We've decided that this is another S tier. Very fair. And last, but certainly the most, I'd like to introduce my last piece of evidence. Quantity ideas. Quantity ideas. Ugh, oh my god. This is one of the best. Have you ever been fighting a quantity Ottomans? It's terrifying. It's fucking terrifying. And because of that, as we know, it's also very good. You get national manpower modifier plus 33% right out the gate. You get manpower recovery speed. You can get regiment costs. You can get supply limit. You can get reinforcement costs. You can get maintenance modifier. You can get attrition. You can get all kinds of this good stuff. Furthermore, the policies. They're real good. Beyond cost, you also have extra diplomatic reputation, extra merc manpower, so it combines well with merc, extra attrition for enemies and shock damage, extra galley combat ability, 15% goods produced modifier. That's one of the only places in the game you can get that. That's pretty good. Furthermore, you can get extra force limit, extra settlers, extra shock damage. It's just good. It's just amazing. And morale of armies, of course, if you combine it with religious. It's just that good. Objection. It's actually not that good. It's kind of overblown. Let's take a real look at this. Sure, you get manpower. Sure, you get force limit. Or sure, you get supply limit. And sure, you get force limit as a finisher. But you know what you don't get? Any way to pay for that army. You already need to be strong to have this actually do anything good for you. And let's also take a look at this. Get stuff like, what? National supply limit modifier? Come on, let's be real. Nobody in the history of this game has ever paid serious mind to attrition. It's, you know, it is what it is. Lastly, let's take a look at those events. Oh boy. Lose 10 prestige, lose army tradition. Gain some manpower. Cav cost, infantry cost. Oh, because that's what you need. Extra manpower, ship cost, or administrative problems. 10% land maintenance modifier. Not worth it. It's just not worth it. You're better off taking something else. What says the jury? For this last and most important vote? It's aight. It's aight. It was very close. It's very, very close while I eat my little ramens. Let's get a few more votes in there. Oh, it's looking like it's gonna be A. All right. That's it. Voting is over. A tier for this last and most event or idea group. All right, there we have it. We managed to get some of them off with light sentences. Infrastructure, religious, diplo, espionage, horde, indigenous, Pluto, offense, and quality. All S tier. However, F tier, court. Cause it sucks. Situational, expansion, exploration, maritime, and mercenary. Your Honor, I think justice was done here today. Do you think that justice was done here today, guys? Because if you don't think that justice was done here today, what you can do is you can go to the description of this here video and go to tiermaker.com/create/EU4-ideagroups- blah blah blah. You can go to this link and you can do your own and submit it and it will be visible and we can compare them all. So, now then, there are ads. Manage your weight with plush care. Can't see it actually, but there's a... Here. Manage your weight with plush care, guys. Because you need an eating disorder. But yes. If you disagree, make your own. And you can also tweet it with the hashtag at EU4Idea tier list. Maybe get other people to do it. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Anyway, that is all for today. That will be all for today. Court is now adjourned. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. Let me do that again. I want to do my fancy transition. I have a transition, guys. Hold on.